Yo, how you doing? Good. Gonna teach you how to play Rain Above It All. This is by Bethel Music. Came out on their album Revivals in the Air back in May of 2020. It was written by Paul McClure, Hannah McClure, Jess Cates, and Ethan Hulse. It's one of my favorite worship songs of the last handful of years, and one that we lead a lot in our church over that time. The original key for this song is A, and I believe it was led from acoustic guitar with Paul McClure singing. And capoed on a fret 2, played with a G shape in the key of A. I'm going to teach it to you in the key of C. This would be probably a decent key for a female. Relatively low female key, but still playing from a G shape here as our home chord. The tempo on this is about low 70s, about right here. And in the beginning, it's quite soft. On the recording, it starts with just piano and a pad, but if you're playing acoustic by yourself, then you'll want to start kind of soft. So the intro would be a C, which I typically play as a C major 7, like that. Next chord is a E minor, and then the next chord is a D suspended, which I play like this. You can play it like this, like a traditional D, with that pinky hitting there, and that's a D suspended. I play it like this because I still get that D sound, but then I get this open string that acts as the suspension. So this is just a C shape, just moved up 2 frets. Again, here to tempo, right? Here's the intro. 2, 3, 4. And I'm finger picking these, nice and soft. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. You get the idea. This is also how verse 1 would go. Cool? So without actually going into verse 1, let's just skip right ahead to the chorus. So again, we're technically in the key of C, but I'm talking about it as if we're in the key of G, because those are the chords I'm playing. Just checking in with you. So chorus 1 kind of rises up a little bit, opens up, held long chords. Sounds like this, G. And then what I like to do is, on the next measure, do G for a measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the next measure, it's also a G, but I like to split that measure between a G suspended, 1, 2, right here. Just take my index finger, move it back there. Keeping my G shape like this, which I'm not playing this note here, I'm just like that for the first measure, and then taking my index finger, hitting it right here, and getting a G suspended, and then letting go for the second half of the measure. So in total for the first 2 measures, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, like that. And on beat 4, here's something fun. You can hit a G over B, or a 1 over 3, as we like to say, just before you move up to the next chord. Sounds like this. So from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a G over B, which is this right here. Still keeping this, I guess, that right there down. Depends on, you decide which finger is more comfortable for you, but my pinky is down here the whole time. 2, 3, 4, suspended, open, and then G over B to the C. And then I put these 2 back and do that same movement again, but just from the C shape. 2, 3, 4. And check that out. So moving the old index finger back here. 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to a C major 7. So that whole thing again. 1. You reign above it all, you reign above. And this is why I'm playing it, because the melody goes here. You reign. See? You reign above it all. So G over B, C, over the universe and over every heart. Let's try it to tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. You reign above it all, you reign above it all, over the universe and over every heart. Like that. Cool, huh? And then for the there is no higher name, you're just hitting that cool D suspended. There is no higher name. Back to a regular C. Jesus, you reign above it all. And the first chorus is only half a chorus, not a full chorus. But that's the first chorus. And then we're into verse 2. Full band comes in. You start to get some rhythm. So at that point, I would typically grab my pick. I like to rest it up here sometimes just so I can go boop and grab it. If you can hold it in your hand, kudos for you, and then whip it out with your thumb, you're the man. But our chords are still the same. C major 7, E minor, D suspended, right? But now we got to add some rhythm. Okay, we can't just do held chords. I suppose you could, but there's no rhythm. Okay, match the rhythm. 2, 3, 4. The rhythm's there, but the strumming isn't really heavy because we haven't got there yet. That's the vibe for verse 2. And then the chorus after verse 2, you're building the energy up, right? Still keeping time, because at this point at the song, you're less of a harmonic instrument and more of a percussive instrument. Remember that when the energy rises. So the last line of verse 2, hear an anthem arise, 'cause Jesus, you're alive. Oh, chorus. Same movement before. Your basic vibe for chorus 1. You start to really accentuate the subdivisions. That's the shaker part of you. And then you're not strumming too hard because we got somewhere to go. Just every now and then acts in a subdivision. Right? That helps. Those accents on the quarter notes really help drive it home. So anyway, that's that chorus after verse 2. It's a full chorus. It's technically chorus 1 and chorus 2, which together make a full chorus, right? And then after that is a little interlude, which leads us into the bridge. Things kind of come down a bit. And sounds like this. I'll play the last couple measures of the chorus. There is no high, whoops. There is no higher name. Jesus, you reign above it all. And now we're back to long held chord. That's an E minor. Back to a C, and then a G. 2, 3, 4, and a D, a regular D. Okay. And that's just 4 measures of an interlude before we get to the bridge. Same feel for the bridge. Using the darkness running out of an empty grave. Just single strokes, held chords. Seated alone in glory, throned on the highest praise. I play a regular D here. You could play the fancy D if you wanted to. Just depends on what flavor you want. But that's the general vibe for the first time through the bridge. Second time through the bridge ends up getting played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times. First 2 times is pretty chill. Hold it out, hold it out, hold it out, hold it out. First 2 times through the bridge, hold those chords out. Actually, maybe the first 3 times, actually. And then, oh, yes. First 2 times, hold them out. And then on the 3rd time, you can actually start accentuating like quarter notes. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, like so. That helps build the energy up. And then by the time you get to the bridge on the, I guess it's the 5th time. Yes, the 5th time. The build is like at its peak. And there's a little substitution. Instead of the E minor, C, G, D, on the 5th time through the bridge, the last chord is a B minor. Spicy, right? So it's like this. And this is, again, 5th time through the bridge, we're at the peak of our energy. You're doing the 16th percussive thing. And here's that B minor. You have to bar this one, unfortunately. It's not an open chord. There is a way to play it open though, which is kind of fun. It's actually a variation of the spicy D. You get some of the same fingerings there. You get these 2. Oh, whoops, sorry. You got these in there from the spicy D, but instead your root chord, your root note rather, is on the 2nd fret, 2nd string, or actually 5th string. Technically that's a B minor, but you get this cool suspension in there, which adds some spice to it. So it would sound like this. Using the darkness running out of an empty grave, I'm seated alone in glory. B minor, on down the highest praise. Yeah. Cool. Now, that leads us into our 6th bridge, which starts on a different chord than the previous ones. Starts on a C instead of an E minor. Oh, using the darkness running out of an empty grave. Back to the normal G. Now seated alone in glory, enthroned on the highest praise. And then into the chorus. Just rocking and rolling. Just like the chorus earlier, but just loud, right? Chorus a couple times, and then actually it's a couple, yeah, two times through the chorus, and then there's like a little instrumental part after the chorus, same chords, and then it comes down and there's a quiet chorus, which you're kind of back to the held chords. If you're in a band, let the piano carry it. If you're not, act like you're a piano and just play these long held chords. Jesus, you reign above it all. And that's the song, pretty much. So take that and have fun with it. Thanks.